So here we are at McLaren. What we're going to do, we're going to take a look at some of the McLaren cars. Yes, they are Formula 1 cars. They are Formula 1 cars. But before we get to that, before we get to the Formula 1 cars, check out the 750S. Very sexy. And I'll tell you what, one of my favourite things that I noticed on this car is not the shape, it's not how fast it is, it's not how sexy it looks, I mean the colour. My favourite thing that I didn't notice is the fact they've got McLaren brake discs. They actually have the McLaren name on this beautiful gold brake disc. I mean, that's the attention to detail on this 750S. It's absolutely amazing. Bucket seats. My fat bum is not going to get out of that, so I'm going to need some kind of like special stabiliser thing. So let's have a look at the next car then. This is the 750S Spider. This one here, one of my favourites, but not my favourite, is the McLaren P1. This is the McLaren P1. Once again, my favourite bit, the brake disc. Those ones are better though. They're like a bit raised. But anyway, moving on. So this is the McLaren P1. Arguably one of the fastest cars McLaren have made. It generates here 903 horsepower from its 3.8 V8 petrol engine. A couple of years ago, that would have been more powerful than a Formula 1 car, potentially. You know, absolutely amazing. They've got, it's a hybrid, but it looks lovely. So let's check a slightly older model, the McLaren F1. The car, not this one exactly though, the car that won Le Mans on its first ever try. Beat that, remember that. I mean, to be fair, the Ferrari's done it, haven't they, with a new Ferrari car. Now, the reason why it won the Le Mans car, I know this is not, is because you see here, it had, what it did, when you see the lights, you can probably see it in Gran Turismo 7, the lights pointed towards the apex of the corner. So when it did get wet, when it was raining and when it was wet, what actually happened was the drivers could actually see the corners better. And it was during the rain that it built up its amazing lead. And that was it. Ergo, McLaren won Le Mans. They also finished, I think, second or third on the podium in 1997 with a slightly, I think it was called the long tail, but it was a slightly longer car. But here is my favourite McLaren. If I was a millionaire, it would be this one I get over all the others. I like the Senna, I like the P1, but it's this one here. I mean, you can even see here the old McLaren logo. There's the old, and it seats 3. So, if you and your wife have got a little sprung, okay, there we go. They don't have the fancy child seat things to watch it, so, but there we go. I mean, this is one you can take to the supermarket if you want a meal deal, because there's no boot space. And welcome back. This is the 1990 McLaren as driven by Ayrton Senna and Gerhard Berger. What's special about this car? Well, it won Ayrton Senna a title at Suzuka. How did it win Ayrton Senna a title at Suzuka? I hear somebody ask. Well, as we know, Suzuka's first corner is very tight, turn 1. And what happened was, you had Ayrton Senna, and Senna was quite upset. Getting pole position, it was moved on the side that would not give you an advantage. Even though he was there going into that first corner, Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost for the title. Suzuka, 2 races still to go. And then, kaboom! Ayrton Senna takes out Alain Prost. We know that because he admitted it a year later. But it was this car, obviously not this exact car, both of them ended up in the gravel. And I remember Murray Walker saying, oh my God, it's happened immediately. And it was really, it was brilliant. But Ayrton Senna, one of Ayrton Senna's championship winning cars. Brilliant. So here we have the McLaren from this year, pretty much. Okay, granted, it might not be the exact replica of the Silverstone one, but when you have a look at it, look at the livery, check it out. It's not a normal livery. Why? Well, this is the McLaren livery that they used for the Monaco Grand Prix to, I don't want to say it's not really celebrate, but to commiserate, but this is the Ayrton Senna livery. As we just saw, the McLaren Senna, this is the colours that they had for the Monaco Grand Prix that both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri had. And dare I say, that I think they had a chance at winning the Monaco Grand Prix. And as you can see here, I keep telling the joke, medium tyres. Lando Norris, take note. Yeah, Silverstone. You could have won Silverstone on the medium tyres, Lando. Why? So, I mean, you can see the thick Pirellis. One of my favourite things about the modern McLarens is on the wheel thing. They got the Google Chrome, yeah? Sponsored by Google Chrome. Let's have very colourful wheels. Number 4, and on the other side, when we look at the rear thing, as you can see, you've got the wonderful lights that are in the wet, and when they were till outside when they're charging. Look at that beautiful exhaust. And up here, you've got the DRS. I mean, it looks so delicate. I'm not going to touch it, obviously, but there's the DRS flap for the go fast when we're behind someone. Something that in 2026, the new Formula One rules are going to get rid of. But look at how thick these really thick Pirelli tyres are. I mean, for all that grip, etc. And when you come around the side, quite nicely, they've got obviously number 81, the year I was born, but more importantly, Oscar Piastri. Number 81, Oscar. Will he win his first race this year? I think he will. I think it was just a question of when Oscar's going to win his first race, not if. But once again, this year's McLaren in the Monaco livery. Beautiful. So, what does this mean, the Triple Crown? We've talked about the colours. Winning at Monaco, McLaren. Winning at Le Mans, McLaren obviously. And winning at IndyCar, Indy 500, also McLaren. There's your Triple Crown. As far as I'm aware, they're the only manufacturer to do that. I don't think Lotus have managed that, for example. I don't think they've done Le Mans. They've done Formula One and the Indy 500, but they haven't done Le Mans. So they are I mean, think about that. They're the only constructor, they're the only brand to actually do that. Mercedes, no. Ferrari, no. Porsche, no. All the other makes, no. But here we go. At McLaren, it's a yes.